a time and city where the word church has fallen on hard times, one congregation in Seattle, Washington, is pioneering a specific practice of bringing new disciples of Christ to the waters of baptism and beyond. The story of this ministry is captured in the newly released book from Cascade Books called simply Faith Forming Faith. Hi, I'm Pastor Paul Hoffman, the author of Faith Forming Faith. And for the past 16 years, it's been my privilege to serve the people of Finney Ridge Lutheran Church here in Seattle, Washington. We call the annual journey to baptism, or its affirmation, the Way. The early Christians developed a great way of leading people to baptism, to becoming disciples of Jesus. They also knew that everything about being Christian came to life in the celebration of the glorious Easter Vigil. One night each year after new Christians were thoughtfully and prayerfully mentored, they gather for worship on the evening before Easter. At the vigil, we live out in a ritual way the core of the church's message. In Jesus Christ, there is life for all people. The vigil proclaims, God's story for us is a story of completely making our lives new. It's a story of transformation, faith forming faith. Our year-long process of forming new disciples helps both new and renewed Christians understand that the transforming power of God's love is a way of life that is available to God's people each and every day of our lives. Listen to these powerful examples taken from the lips of our congregation's members and lifted right from the pages of Faith Forming Faith. When I walked into the darkened church on the night before Easter, I had no idea that I would have such an intense desire to enter those baptismal waters and be reborn as a child of God. I have held just about every office in the church over the 90 years since I was baptized here in 1922, but I have never done anything as spiritually enriching as serving as the sponsor for a new Christian coming to faith in Jesus Christ. This process called the Way really took seriously our doubts, our fears, and our questions as we sat together with one another and the Bible and admitted to each other that we don't have all the answers. But we certainly can be part of the journey through the questions. Finney Ridge Lutheran Church in Seattle's North End is a lively and vibrant congregation of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, but it's no different than your congregation. What is happening among us could happen anywhere. If you'd like to learn more about bringing new Christians to baptism and beyond, if you'd like to learn more about helping people re-enter the community of faith after having walked off or stomped off or being chased off, then I'd love to have you take a look at Faith Forming Faith.